Wine and cheese are always a good combination, and today we're going to learn about pairings you will really enjoy this fall. I'm back with the wine guy, Gary Grunner and Giovanni Bertani, the owner of Tenuta Santa Maria alla Pieve. It's great to have you guys back. And as I've been telling you all morning, it's so seductive. It smells so good, and you brought 4 different wines.
I brought 4 different gems. The aromas in the wines are just magnificent.
Yes.
3 from Italy, from Tenuta Santa Maria alla Pieve, produced by Gaetano Bertani, Giovanni's dad, and also from Mariano Di Paolo, who is from Argentina, who does a really unique wine called Appetato. So they're all small batch, handcrafted wines, really, really unique. And by doing what you just did, you can really appreciate all the flavors in the terroir and the wine. It's something that you just don't buy off the shelf and you don't know what you're getting. The fact that something's produced by Gaetano Bertani, you know it's going to be something that represents the terroir, and it's something really, really special.
Giovanni, you must be so proud of your family history and your future as well.
Absolutely. In fact, today we actually presenting 2 traditional wines, but the future is also represented by our new Merlot. That is a pet project by my father.
Wow! And your vineyard is located in?
So we are in Verona. So we are about an hour and 15 minutes away from Venice, northeast of Italy.
Beautiful part of Italy.
Beautiful region, absolutely beautiful.
Let's talk about the different wines you do have here.
Sure.
Specifically, this one is?
This one's a Ripasso.
Ripasso, which is a red wine?
Well, they're all 4 red wines.
Okay.
Ripasso is a style, and Ripasso means to pass over. So what they do is when they take everything out, the juice out from the Amarone, they lay the Valpolicella juice on top of the leaves of the Amarone for 11 or 14 days, and it goes through second fermentation. So what you're getting is a big, rich, layered wine, and that's a particular style that Giovanni's family developed over 150 years ago, which is very special.
Is this a favorite one of your
I think this
wines?
Probably the Ripasso is one of the most flexible, when you talking about pairings, okay? And also it's really, really well known, worldwide as a wine, because actually comes from 3 different grapes. You can only
3 different grapes, okay.
Yeah, and you can only find in Verona. So it's really unique and very much connected with the region.
And what would you pair this with? What cheese?
Well, this cheese we did if you look online, Vecchio Dolce. You want something that has a little bit more flavor. You want something that can hold up to it, but at the same time is very elegant. And it's going to be more of a piece to a puzzle. It's not going to overpower.
Okay, and let's go to the second one here.
Tell them about the...
Absolutely. So the second one is actually a Merlot coming from a very unique vineyard. Very dense plantation, so it does mean that we have many vines per hectare, per acre.
Yes.
Okay. This brings up actually a grape that is very concentrated, okay, very complex from the vineyard itself. And what we do unique here is also that we apply in part the Amarone method. And Amarone's method is about drying the grape before crushing the grape.
So it has sort of a dry flavor to it? How would you describe
it? It is actually a dry wine, okay? Most of the wines that are produced from dried grape are sweet wine, but the unique thing about Verona and this region that we produce dry wines from dried grapes. And this actually brings aromas that you cannot find in the French grape, and that are developed through the drying process, through the time we leave this grape over tables that can be up to 6 months waiting, okay, and they lose about 40 to 50% of the water, and you end up with some kind of aromas that are between fresh grape and raisins.
Really quickly, what are you going to pair this up with? What type of cheese?
This will be a Pieve. This is something that you want to have a little bit more structure to it. The unique thing about this wine, in 30 years of doing this is one of my 10 top favorite wines of all times. This is such a unique wine. This really, to me, I mean, everything they produce in their winery is magnificent, but this just shows you the craftsmanship of his dad and what he can do from that area. And this is something where you're so proud of when you pull the cork, whether it's in a steakhouse or a top sommelier, and you watch their expression of tasting the quality of this wine. It's
That's
amazing.
fun.
It's
We have less 40 minutes,
Okay.
40 seconds here, so
No
let's
problem.
quickly go to these last two.
Next one is the new release of the Amarone, 2009. As Giovanni said, it goes through a special process. We dry out the grapes for 120 days. It gets that richness and the ripeness. When you think of Amarone, no matter what restaurant you go around the world or a fine wine shop, the first thing they're going to say is his dad's last name. They're going to say Gaetano Bertani. That's what he's
Okay.
famous for. And then you have the Malbec, which is something which is quite unique. This was done by accident. The winemaker was making this for himself, and the owner of the winery came over and tasted it, and he said, I want that.
Isn't that always the case, done by accident? And really quickly, how would you pair these two?
Well, this was going to be something with a little more truffles,
Okay.
a little truffle cheese, and this one here I'm going to have something a little Tuscan. We're actually pairing up an Argentinian. This is an original Italian family that came over from La Marche, the region where I went to school. But Giovanni, talk real quickly about the Amarone.
I wish we had more time, but we don't. But for
Okay.
more information on any of the
Absolutely.
wines featured today, all you have to do is go to grunneronwine.com.
And then if you
That's
want to
it.
purchase any of the books, it's ItalianWineNotes.com. There's the book on Italian wine and cheese, and also the regular wine book on Italian wines.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Ryan?